It was a busy day at the Blue Mountain Quarry. Luke was busy shunting trucks with Rusty. They were having a good time indeed. Suddenly, Peter Sam bustled in. "What are you pulling today, Peter Sam?" "I just came from the wharf. A new shipment of dynamite has arrived, and I was sent to collect it." "Will the workmen be blasting today?" "Yes, I think so." "Well, you better get going then. You don't want to keep the workmen waiting." "Indeed. Goodbye, Luke. Bye, Rusty. Bye, Peter Sam." The delivery of dynamite was made, and the workmen quickly sent to work. As they unloaded the dynamite, they asked Peter Sam to puff away. They didn't want a loose ash to fly from Peter Sam and light a stick of dynamite. "Everyone, clear out! Commencing the first blast, and 3, 2, 1, fire!" Whoa! Whoa. It appears they're blasting again today. "Commencing second blast. 3, 2, 1, fire!" "I said fire!" "Who in the name of Sodor is operating the..." "Cinders and ashes! That scared me half to death. They really need to give us a warning beforehand or something." "Wait, sir. I see something in the hole we blasted." "Aye, so do I." That evening, all the workmen began to go home. The narrow gauge engines all gathered round the turntable. Mr. Percival was there. "I wonder why Mr. Percival has had us all gather here." "He must need to make an important announcement." "I have gathered you all here due to some great news based on certain events today." The engines were excited. "During the blasting that occurred today, we here at Blue Mountain Quarry have discovered something grand, something valuable, something shiny." "What is it, sir?" "I am very happy to say that we have struck gold here at Blue Mountain Quarry." "Hooray! Hooray! 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 Oh, yeah! Hooray!" The engines all cheered. They were very excited indeed. "Now we will be focusing more on deliveries of gold here, rather than deliveries of stone. Now you all must get some good rest, for we all have a very busy day tomorrow." The next morning, the narrow gauge engines prepared to leave their sheds in the hills to puff quickly to Blue Mountain Quarry. Duncan was having a hard time waking up. He didn't want to leave the comfort of his shed. "Come on, Duncan. Get your wheels whirring. We have a busy day today." "Leave me alone." "But you have work to do." "Go away." "But Duncan..." "Never mind him, Luke. You've done what you could do. There are just times when you have to let the other engine get into trouble." Ugh, I hate that scullery sometimes. "Wait for me!" At Blue Mountain Quarry, there was a lot of hustle and bustle. Luke and Duncan were shunting. Mr. Percival arrived. "Luke, Duncan, I bring more good news. The Earl of Sodor has purchased a lot of gold, and he would like it to be delivered to Ulffsted Castle. He wants it to be delivered very soon, so I'd rather have the gold be delivered on narrow gauge rails. It'll be quicker than standard gauge track. Luke and Duncan, I'd like for you two to deliver the gold. Ugh, typical. More and more work to do by the minute, as always. Come on, Duncan. This is a very important job. We must get it done. I won't budge, and you can't make me. I have had enough work to do here. Luke was getting very annoyed with Duncan. Duncan is a very stubborn engine indeed. Fine, I'll just take the train myself. Fine. Skarloey shunted the train of gold. The Earl did indeed order a big delivery, and the train was very long. This train is so long. Ha ha ha, it sure is. That's why it takes 2 engines to deliver it to Ulffsted Castle. Luke swiftly backed onto the train. He soon was ready to go. Luke, where's Duncan? He refused to pull the train, so I'm taking the train by myself. But you need at least a back engine. Nonsense. I'm fine on my own. I'm a strong engine. And Luke puffed sternly away. He left Skarloey behind, feeling very worried. Luke trundled happily along the line. Skarloey, it's silly to say I can't do this by myself. I am handling just fine. Soon Luke reached the top of a hill. He began to go down, and he tried to slow down, but couldn't. The train was awfully heavy, and the force pushed him faster and faster down the hill. Help! Luke applied his brakes, but without another engine there, he couldn't slow down. He rocketed past Groven's gate. Trembling tracks! Cinders and ashes! What was that? Luke kept going faster and faster. Soon he neared Ulffsted Castle. Look out! Runaway coming through! Great Scott! Look out, everybody! Runaway train! Luke barreled past the platform, crashed through a set of buffers, spun out of control on the grass, and neared the edge of a cliff. The freight cars flew off the cliff and plummeted onto the track below. Luke dangled dangerously over the edge of the cliff. Help! Somebody please! Help! The Earl of Sodor ran over to Luke. Oh dear God! Sir, please help! My gold! My sweet, precious, valuable, very expensive gold! Sir, help! What? Oh, heavens above! Luke, I didn't see you there. Don't worry, Butch is nearby. He'll help you. Luckily, Butch was there, and he quickly drove over to Luke. Don't worry, Luke. I'm here to help. Butch heaved and hoed. His engine revved and roared. Finally, he managed to bring Luke onto firm land. Now, I must send for Rocky to clear the line and save my gold on the tracks below. Chop chop, everyone! We must work quickly. In the castle, Luke sat on a flatbed that Skarloey had brought. Skarloey also brought the thin controller, Mr. Percival. Luke, I am very disappointed in you. Your recklessness has caused precious gold to be nearly lost. You're very lucky that it didn't fall down the rest of the cliff. However, you have caused an uncountable amount of confusion and delay. Sorry, sir. I understand, sir. Now, Skarloey shall take you to the steamworks. Afterward, you'll be shut up in your shed until I tell you that you can come out again. Yes, sir. And Skarloey puffed away with a very sad Luke. The next day, after Luke had been repaired, he sat in his shed feeling very sorry for himself. Duncan was there, shunting some slate cars. He noticed Luke in the shed. What are you doing here? Out of all the engines on Sodor, I think that you would definitely be the one working your buffers off. Shut up. This isn't the time for any of your insults. I was just suggesting how much of a really useful and hard-working engine you are. God, this is what I get for being nice. Wait! I'm sorry I was rude. I'm here because Mr. Percival has shut me up in my shed until further notice. What? Why? Because I took that gold train by myself and disaster occurred. I caused a lot of confusion and delay. Everything is ruined, and it's all my fault. Duncan felt terrible and a little guilty. He puffed quickly away to find Mr. Percival. Duncan finally found the thin controller at Croven's gate. Excuse me, sir. Yes, Duncan? What is it? Duncan explained how he had refused to help Luke with the train of gold, and that's how Luke ended up pulling the train by himself. And so, sir, it's all my fault. Luke shouldn't be the one being punished. Mr. Percival thought for a moment. Then he spoke. Thank you for telling me the whole truth, Duncan. I am very disappointed in you, but I am also proud that you told me the truth and looked out for a friend. Therefore, I'd like you and Luke to collect the Earl's new shipment of gold from Blue Mountain Quarry. This time, I'd like both of you to pull it together. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. And Duncan puffed happily away. Later, Duncan and Luke happily puffed along the line together, pulling the very heavy train of gold. They didn't delay, and they made it to Ulffsted Castle swiftly and on time. Ah, brilliant! My shipment has officially arrived. If you don't mind me asking, sir, but what do you plan on doing with all this gold? I plan to make replicas of gold things like crowns, swords, and suits of armor, like they did back in the day of King Goldrib. I plan for it to make the castle more authentic, and I hope it will attract more crowds of people to visit the estate. Good idea, sir. Yes, indeed. Well, you two must be off. Thank you for delivering my gold safely and on time. You're welcome, sir.